we are back, and this time we've got Hardwood and I have a very special game,
Yeah,
1.14 this time.
this game actually features me. It's yours truly, the Hardwood, playing against a guy called l-carnitine. Is that how you say it? The supplement carnitine? Carnitine?
Carnitine. I would say it's probably carnitine.
Yeah. So
I've never taken L-carnitine. I've taken L-arginine, but maybe that's good for you. Who knows?
so this guy loves to take his supplements. He's just all about that bodybuilding life, and who he actually is. Because this is an experienced player, his existence is very shrouded in mystery,
I see.
and
I
we don't
see.
know who he really is. But okay,
Uh-huh.
it's a great game.
And so we've got Loyalists versus Undead. I kind of wanted to see another Undead game, so this is cool. And I don't. Was this random, Hardwood? Because these seem
We
like
were
good
both
heroes.
random, yes.
Okay.
We are both random. The Dark Sorceress is okay, but actually the Lieutenant, I mean, that's
This is
really
the gold
strong
standard
hero.
for leadership, right?
That is, yeah. So, I mean, it may even be overpowered. I'm not sure. But okay, so Lieutenant basically he gives leadership to units. So
Mm-hmm.
that leadership gives a 25% damage boost
That's
when
a
you have the
lot.
lieutenant next to him. So imagine it would be at night. Night gives you 25% damage malice.
Sure.
So actually the units would be fighting like they were at dusk or dawn at night.
That does seem
So
pretty outrageous, man.
yeah,
Really
that's
good.
actually a lot of damage. And imagine it would already be dawn, then you would be hitting like it's day. That's
Mm-hmm.
just
All right. Well, let's I want to
we are playing on
nastily
my favorite map this time. Yep.
I,
Okay, go
I want to
ahead.
nastily critique your start here. So actually, yeah, say something about the map because I think we've seen this before, haven't we?
Yeah, actually, this is my favorite map. It's called the Freelands. Actually, for a lot, most of my Wesnoth career, I have played this map exclusively for
Wow.
1v1s because okay, actually, most people play this. This is the most played map
Oh
by
wow.
players for 1v1s, and it's just such a nice map. I mean, everyone plays it. The basic kind of game flow is very simple to understand. You attack on one side, and the other side has villages. It's easier to defend, and there's no like. I mean, there are some pillaging shenanigans sometimes, but this map provides brutal, bloody games, and we're playing one of the bloodiest matchups ever. It's dark. It's undead forces of darkness against loyalists, which is just law-abiding good people, I guess.
Sure, sure. I mean, it
So
does
yeah.
create a very interesting dichotomy since you've got all chaos units versus all lawful units. So it's like day
Yeah, and
and night.
both of them even do so much damage at day and so much damage at night.
Sure,
So actually, a lot of this matchup is about like pushing and taking ground and outmaneuvering your opponents. So it's very dynamic.
sure. All right. Well, let's see what these starts look like. Um, all right. So this terrible player has created a very bad start. No, I'm just messing. Um, so I guess the we get to enjoy this bug here where I can't look at units, but two
Oh, actually,
cavalry.
sorry, Malcolm. I forgot to say this before. Could you maybe set it so the chat doesn't display more than one line? Because there's a lot of chat in this game, and it could take up a lot of screen space.
All right. Maybe you can guide me through where to do that.
It's in preferences from menu,
Um,
and it
preferences,
should be in yeah,
display,
preferences.
perhaps.
I think it's multiplayer. Yeah,
Ah,
so just turn that to minimum. Yeah.
sure. All right. So we've got two cavalry from you, a couple of what are these called? Duelists,
Fencers, the level
fencers,
1 version, and Spearmen.
a couple
Actually, this is
spearmen.
a very standard recruit for Freelance as Loyalist. It's pretty good against most matchups. And you get the two calves. They can see what's coming on both sides.
Hmm.
Calves are pretty good units for fighting and also decent for scouting. The fencers, you can never really go wrong with fencers. I mean, maybe against orc, but then you still have calves. Cows are so good against grunts.
Sure.
And you can take a lot of villages. So it's an economic opening, it's a standard opening, and it's pretty good against like everything.
But
Yeah.
at this point, you don't know that you're up against Undead.
No, I don't know that I'm up against Undead. Actually, this opening is super good against Undead.
Is it?
Just because you have all these fencers, these cavalrymen, they deal blade damage. So remember what I was saying about blade damage? They can also deal good damage against adepts. The cavalrymen and fencers have cold resist. So that little scarf on the fencer, I
It keeps
mean,
them
it
warm.
helps keep them warm at night. If you're
I
being
see.
shot by a dark adept, you want to stay warm, definitely.
What about these spearmen? You know, I thought Pierce wasn't all that great against Undead.
It's not that good, but a couple spearmen, you need it for holding a village anyway. And it's a cheap unit. It's like a trash unit, but it's decent for holding a village.
Okay. So we see the standard bat.
Okay, yeah, so pretty interesting recruits from Carnitine. So Carnitine, I don't know. He recruited a full keep of units.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Undead recruited 2 skeletons in the last game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now this Undead player is also recruiting 2 skeletons in this game.
Seems like it's always good.
Yeah, so actually, it's not bad. I personally disagree with it, but we'll leave that for another time.
Okay.
So it deals a lot of damage, basically, and against most matchups, I mean, 2 skeletons and an adept coming at you at the first night, that's nothing to be joked around with. It's enough to kill basically any unit. And so yeah, he's definitely going to rush me. And that bat, why he's recruiting the bat on that side is just to take the far village, so he can have all the units coming to the other side
Uh-huh.
probably.
Well, I mean,
And the ghost,
you
it's
you
never bad.
you would know what happens, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
But
Sorry,
but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
I mean, I'm just
guess
explaining it.
no,
Okay.
I'm just messing with you. But that does make sense. I mean, it seems like you just always get a bat in general so that you can pillage with it. This is such an amazing unit, and I wish I could click it, but again, we've got that bug. But just really, really good movement on
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah, it's a pretty good unit. Just the main time you wouldn't want to recruit bat is if you want maybe more units for the initial attack. But
Hmm.
okay, you can. It's 2 skeletons already.
So this is all pretty standard. You're just moving out,
Yeah,
grabbing your
just grabbing the
villages.
villages. Yeah.
I see this is a recent game since you were
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
me.
And actually, he recruited a corpse here, which is pretty interesting.
Hmm.
That corpse, you remember what I said? He can go on a village. He can just hold. So maybe he would take that corpse on a village just to hold and be cost effective, to keep my units on that side. And that's something you can do with a corpse if you have it.
I see. I see.
So actually, there's one adept going on the right side and one going on the left side. So
He
probably,
split them.
yeah. So he'll probably rejoin them at some point, because you
Right.
always want to have 2
Well, you want
adepts
to be
to
able to
kill a
double.
unit.
Yeah, you want to double up for a guaranteed. I
Yeah.
keep saying guaranteed, but what I really mean is virtually guaranteed kill. You know.
Well, that game we just saw, they were basically guaranteed. It's
Sure.
crazy, right?
Well, yeah, but well, it's that magic ability, man. The 70% chance to hit is quite nice. Especially good, I would assume, against fencers who have that 70% defense rate. Doesn't matter at all when you've got magic
Yeah, it's
against them.
pretty good against fencers, especially at night, just because the scarf only reduces 1 damage at most. So actually,
Sure.
it doesn't reduce that much. I mean, like at night, 2 hits from an adept,
Right.
that's still most of a fencer's HP bar, and then you need 1 hit from basically anything to kill him,
Mm-hmm.
even a bat.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, fencers are pretty fragile at night, but the thing about fencers is they have skirmishers. So why I have fencers, I wanted to threaten to trap the units if they overcommitted and overstayed.
I see.
So we'll see what I do from this. I'm just taking the spearman back to that village to prevent
Sure.
the skeleton from grabbing it. And you see here, I'm recruiting 3. I have 3 cavalrymen now, and a fencer coming from the other side.
I see that.
So calves, they're resistant to cold damage. They're more resistant to it than adepts.
Uh-huh.
Not adepts. They're more resistant to it than fencers. They have 20% cold resist. So adept hit, it would do 12 at night to a spearman, and it would only do 10 at night to a cavalryman.
Uh-huh.
So actually, it's pretty hard to kill cavalrymen, or calves, we say,
Right.
with adepts.
Sure, that makes sense. Um, I'm kind of curious, what is it again that you're doing with the spearmen? You're trying to take this village down here, is that right?
Oh, so here I just moved it forward. I saw there was nothing really. That all his units are coming on the other side.
Yeah,
So
I guess he can't really
yeah,
zock you or anything, so you could just walk
he can't
away.
do anything to my spearman. And
Yeah.
okay, I will force him to be scared. Maybe my spear would take the village, so he has to commit some units
Yeah.
on that side instead of taking them all on the middle to the right side.
Yeah.
That would be. I mean,
You're
the
pulling some of
spearman
his
is doing
stuff
good
off.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Although I guess you could just take the walking corpse and take the village and then put the bat over here. It's not that big of an investment, although I guess you've blocked him now, both his
It's
bat
still
and
two
his
units. Yeah,
it is 2 units.
not bad for one unit.
Mm-hmm. Well, he pushes forward. He wants to get his first night rush in. I guess you kind of have to against loyalists.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, it's always good to get that first night rush or pressure at the
So you
very
make
least.
a mage, I'm assuming because it does tons of damage versus skeleton warriors, and then you make a second mage for the same reason. You get
Yeah,
two
I
female
made
mages.
mages. Yeah, it's I mean, this is like the mage guild coming out right here. It's like in one of my Japanese anime about
Oh,
female,
okay.
yeah,
It's
casting
like the Magic
casters.
Academy or whatever. I see, I see.
Yeah, it's like Little Witch Academia.
There you go. That's what I was thinking of. A couple of little witches
So
here.
I mean, they're really good at killing skeletons, and the skeleton of choice to spam against loyalists in a longer game is going to be the ranged skeleton, the skeleton archer.
Really?
So yeah, because the archer, it makes good damage against basically any unit that you can buy as loyalist. There's almost no pierce resistant
Right.
unit.
And the horse guys actually are terrible against Pierce, right? You know,
Yeah,
20%.
they're 20% vulnerable. So actually at night, I mean, it takes 9-3 from Skeleton Archer, and you can't even do any retaliation on the Skeleton Archer. So it's just so dangerous. But those mages, they're good at killing any skeletons, especially the melee skeletons, because they make no retail at all. So it's a really good unit, and you can just hit any unit on 60% like it's on 30% because
Hmm.
it's a magic attack. So yeah, mages are a good unit here.
Yes,
On the
yes,
other
they
side,
are.
I have taken my spearmen to the far village because there are two adepts that can hit my center. I mean, the elvish village in the center.
Hmm.
And okay, two adepts, no unit is going to survive that. I don't have any unit who can survive, not even a cav.
Sure.
So I mean, at that point, better just to leave the village and threaten the village with my mages, actually,
I
because
see.
you can see the mages. I was so happy about this that the mages don't need to be quick, but they are quick. It's really good to have quick mages in this matchup
Right.
because
They're much more
they can
mobile.
just reach farther and you can hit more units. It's just really good. And I have the leader also. He makes them hit like it's dusk if he's next to them, and they would deal 8-3 to a skeleton at neutral time of day. I mean, that's nothing to be joked around with. Two mages,
Sure.
they can definitely kill a skeleton with leadership.
How worthless is strong on a mage, by the way? I mean, +1 damage on your
It's
staff.
pretty
Come on.
bad, yeah. I
Certainly
mean,
rather have intelligent, I guess.
I like intelligent mages here actually because you protect the mage and it gets one less kill to level up. 4 kills, you can do that conceivably
It's
within a
doable.
lifetime.
Yeah.
And but okay, of course I would like quick resilient mages or
Of
resilient
course, right.
intelligent.
Sure, sure.
But strong, okay, so the thing about strong actually, it's quite peculiar with leadership. With leadership on a strong mage at daytime,
Hmm.
actually she makes 9-1.
That's not bad.
Pretty
Wow.
crazy, right? Yeah, and imagine it would be against a skeleton. I mean, she's hitting pretty hard
That's
in
true.
melee.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird because you wouldn't think of them as melee bosses, but you know, I guess you can kind of make it work. And here comes the archers. Here comes more adepts. He actually summoned another adept there.
Yeah, so actually pretty cool move with the bat. He takes the bat farther out on that side to threaten all my villages.
On the left side.
So
Yeah.
and now he hits with the adept and the skeleton.
And
Only
the
1 out
ghost.
of 2 with the adept.
Kind of
So
some
he
bad
doesn't get
luck.
his 2/2. So actually, you can choose to believe me or not to believe me about this, but because I was so bothered about this after the game, I calculated the total chance to kill my spearman.
Mm-hmm.
It was 42% to kill the
Really?
spear in total,
Really?
accounting for all the possibility branches.
Huh. Because I thought it would be way more likely than that.
Yeah,
But I
it's
guess
easy
not.
to think that, especially when you see all the adepts making 2 out of 2. But you got to remember, it's only 49% chance to get both hits to hit.
Sure.
So it could happen. It could not happen.
Well, I mean, if you look at this turn, it's pretty much what was expected to happen happened, I guess.
Yeah, actually, this is So the statistics are actually bugged.
Okay.
Because this is an issue with 1.14. It's sad because I mean, you get the bug statistics, and then you don't know who is lucky, who is unlucky.
Right. That's unfortunate. I mean, you can figure it out yourself, but who wants to do that? You know,
Yeah,
a math
yeah.
major? Hell no. What am I,
Okay,
some
so
kind of nerd? You want me to add things up?
what I'm doing is I'm hitting the bat
Uh-huh.
just to whittle it down. What I want to do with that is just keep it a little bit low HP, so if he steals a village, I can kill it.
Sure.
And now on this side, you see I blocked his units with my fencer.
Mm-hmm.
I took the village with cav, and with the 2 calves really.
Sure.
So I'm hitting his adepts, and I
Yeah.
didn't hit. But what you always want to do at second watch is you want to, if you have enough units, of course. And I did have enough units. I didn't lose anyone yet.
Uh-huh.
And you want to just trap them with the fencers. So even if he kills the fencers, he stays, and it is dawn already. And now if it's
Right, right.
dawn, your units are just going to start killing him like it's, I mean, like, I don't even know how to say it. It's just, the units just get owned at dawn.
Sure, sure.
From mages.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
sort of setting yourself up for a really big turn, which makes sense. And you're also making it
Yeah, I
more
secured the engagement.
well, you're making it more inadvisable for them to try to continue the assault as well. So I could
Well,
definitely see
actually,
it.
he has to fight now because he has trapped units.
That's true.
The units cannot go home. So,
Right.
I mean, if he tried to go home with his units, he would lose a skeleton and an adept.
Hmm.
And for a fencer, that's definitely a good trade. Just one fencer.
Okay.
So now he has to fight. I forced him to go all in, and we're gonna see how it is. Also, how it goes, and also I moved my mages up. You can see, just so they can be within range of the fight.
Hmm.
Always a good thing. 2
So
out
the
of 2 with
ghost
the
gets the
addict.
kill,
Yeah.
and the bat actually went forward on the left side to do some pillaging, which makes sense.
And will the fencer
Ooh.
live? Will he live? Will he die? He gets chopped into pieces.
11
Poor
damage a
guy.
pop. Of course he dies. That's a
Yeah.
big, big hit. And we see a ghoul. We see a ghoul.
Okay, so I lost my fencers, and his adepts are still pretty healthy.
Mm.
Now I'm a little bit it's gone badly for me, but it's now my turn to hit.
It's dawn.
So I need to make my hits. I gotta make them
Really
like right
count.
now, otherwise he will have units to maybe kill some of my own units
So
later.
you're using leadership to get huge ass damage with this mage, which
10
seems
damage.
great.
Isn't that huge?
It is, yeah.
And my cap goes 0 out of 3. I'm
That's
crying
no
at this
good.
point. And the first mage, she didn't kill the skeleton, so I gotta use the second mage to get the kill.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm shielding with my cavalryman. He is just hitting the skeleton.
Uh-huh.
And all right, so actually his adepts. What you want to kill against undead is the adepts. Also the corpses if he has corpses, but he didn't have a corpse in the fight, so I'm not worried about
Sure.
corpse. But adepts, they're the damage dealers. They can easily deal 2 out of 2 full
course,
damage
yeah.
magical hits. They can even kill units in the daytime. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you gotta kill the adepts. It's still done. It's Carnitine's last chance to hit.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to make his kills count now.
He does, because
So,
as you said, it's very difficult for him to escape. And that's one of the interesting things about these cavalrymen is like they're both scouts and they're fighters. So you know, even if he tried to run away with this stuff, he'd probably get cut down by the cavalrymen as he's running away. So he kind of has to just fight to the death here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's all in at this point. But undead units, they deal a lot of damage. So
Yeah. Well, he's getting those big pierce attacks, you know, against
yeah,
cavalry, which makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see what he does with this ghoul.
that ghoul is it's useful for poisoning mages and holding positions.
Mm-hmm.
So it would become relevant if the if the unit survive long enough for the ghoul to reinforce.
Ooh.
But 2 out of 2 at that point. And the cav also dies. So at this point, I only have 4 units and the leader left. It's
Yeah.
5 against 5, and my leader can't go home to recruit if he wants to fight. So it's looking
Yeah.
bleak for me for all the hits that Carnitine did. So I need to make my hits now. I'm desperate.
Sure. And also, I mean, the fact that Carnitine has managed to get his ghost to sort of sponge up 2 separate kills is quite nice. You know,
Yeah, nice
17
experience
experience.
management from Carnitine. That ghost, he levels into really cool units,
Yeah.
a shadow or a wraith. But
I
for this
suspect
matchup, you would want
he's gonna pick the Wraith, right?
for this matchup, you would want actually a shadow because
Really?
yeah.
Just for the big
So the
damage?
wraith, he deals arcane damage, and all the loyalist units, they're humans,
Ah,
so they
good
get
point.
reduced damage from
Yeah, so he's just
the
gonna go
arcane
for the
hit.
huge backstabs from the shadow instead.
Yeah, so it would really be dangerous if there was a shadow on the field. Imagine that unit would come out of nowhere and just hit my mage like she never had a second chance. Or
Yeah,
even
she's
my leader. My leader is pretty squishy. It's
this
scary.
looks appropriately Freddy Krueger like, but not quite copyright infringing.
Yeah, yeah.
So you go for the kills with the
Okay, so we'll
mages,
see if I can make my hits
and
because
you
I really
don't.
need them.
Curious why you didn't go for leadership with the mage.
I wanted that mage on 60% just to take some less damage.
Couldn't
But
you
okay,
have?
she got shot twice anyway. Also, I was hoping with that I wouldn't have to use my leader to hit, but as you can see, I got so unlucky with the mages that I
Yeah,
needed
yeah,
that one mage going 1 out of 3. That doesn't happen a lot. So I needed my leader to hit an adept because imagine he would have 2 adepts left, and that those adepts would gang on a mage and kill her.
uh-huh.
I would just cry at that point.
Sure.
So I was hoping actually at the start that I wouldn't have to use my leader so I can go home and recruit because of course there's going to be units streaming in on the other sides, and I'm desperate for more units at this point.
Yeah.
So many of my soldiers have died. But okay, at the last point in the turn, I got lucky with my lieutenant
Mm-hmm.
killing the adept in the
Well,
village.
see, no, this is normal because you're just gonna obviously you're gonna get that general, and then after that you're gonna get that level 4 grand marshal. You know you're gonna get it, right?
Yeah, those are really cool units, especially if you play single player in the campaign mode. They also
Sure.
get resistances. So I mean, all that armor
Yeah.
that really starts to help him. He gets paid more for being higher rank in the
Yeah.
military,
And he
and
gets
he
all
can
the
buy better
girls. He gets
armor.
all the girls because look how styling he is. You know, look at this outfit. Come on, what girl can resist this hat with the wings?
And that nice beard too. I mean, I
That's
just
yeah,
wish when I go out to the bar or something that I would have this kind of hat. I
yeah.
would put it on every time.
Uh-huh. And the cloak. I mean, girl can't resist a good cloak in my experience. Anyway,
Nice.
let's just move this along. So he just kind of goes for the villages. He's trying to get economic damage.
Yeah, at this point, he knows I mean, I have lost too many units to
Really punish
put on
this.
all my villages. So I need to. Now I've cleaned up his units, but he gets my villages.
Mm,
That's the trade-off that we're making here.
6 out of 16. So you're down by a third basically.
You can see I banked 42 gold. That's a lot of money,
Yes.
and I'm going to recruit new units.
Okay. Well, you're mopping this stuff up at least. Well, maybe not.
So actually, yeah, that mage got so unlucky. She got the
Yeah.
full retail, and the adept made, and she only got 1 hit in. So at that point, I was really concerned that the ghost. Imagine the ghost would come hit my mage
Yeah.
to like 1 HP,
Sure.
and then she would be in danger of dying to the ghost.
Well, at
Then the
that point,
ghost might
though,
level up.
the ghost levels up, but then he's kind of still in enemy territory, so he goes for it, though.
Well, if I don't have a mage, I can't kill a ghost.
That's
It's
true.
just scary movie at that point.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, he's in my villages. I need to kill these units.
Yeah.
And okay, I will see whether I can do it with that leadership or not. Because if I don't kill these units, if I don't kill that ghost, then he's going to level, and he's going to pose such a huge danger to all my
Sure.
units.
Although,
So this turn is
the mage has a pretty good chance of at least doing solid damage to the ghost. On the other hand, I mean, if he dies on retail, he loses.
yeah.
You know, because he loses hard because the ghost levels up. You know.
So at this point, what I needed to do is whittle the ghost down with my calves, and just try to make a situation where my mage could get the kill more easily.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
It is, yeah. So scouting forward and then taking him back.
All
Getting
right.
3 hits, 3 out of 3 on the ghost.
Solid.
I was jumping at this point.
Yeah, that's good. And
My
then you get the
calves
kill.
hit that ghost like it was, I mean, it was in water. It was another unit in water.
Right.
And that mage, I will go with my leader to clean.
Oh, wow, and you're going to get the kill here too. Very good.
And 3 out of 3 with a mage.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That is quite good.
So now I can retake the village with my cavalrymen instead of using the cavalrymen to finish the skeleton. That's less income. 6 gold swing. And okay, the left side is looking great for me.
I just gotta
take my.
I just want to say I want to see some leveled up mages this game. I hope that I'm not disappointed.
Oh yeah, I mean level is such a great unit. I mean she can become a white mage.
Right.
That heals all the units and it does huge damage against skeletons.
Yeah.
It 2-shots them at day. It
does, yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
Outrageous. So he just wants to get big damage with the Pierce. Yeah. And he's mostly
shooting my cav.
Doing okay, but not amazing.
And he gets 2 out of 6 with those skeleton archers. Pretty unlucky.
Yeah.
And okay, if he had gotten full hits in, it's not likely, but it could have happened. If he had full hits, then maybe my cav would have died, and he could have killed the ghost with his ghoul. But
right. It looks like you've got the upper hand here, though.
Yeah. So actually, after the initial rush, I already have units. I know what his faction is, so the initial recruitment isn't a big factor anymore.
Right.
And now I can safely hold all my villages. You see, this attack doesn't have adepts left. He only has archers. So these archers, they're not good at killing village units. You need a lot of them to kill a village unit, even if it's a fencer. So it's hard to make an attack with only these guys.
Yeah, and I see that.
What will probably happen is that he takes the village in the center that I left to him because there's an adept. I was scared about the adept doing 2 out of 2 at this point.
Right.
And he might kill one of my fencers. And
yeah, he might, but at the same time, it doesn't seem super likely considering the 70% defense. And then on top of that, it's like, what does Pierce do to these guys? Minus 20%. It's not that much. I mean,
he does 9-3 to the fencer.
Oh,
the
that's pretty good.
Is on 70% defense.
Yeah, he'll dodge a lot.
So he would need 4 hits from the. He would need 4 hits in general. To kill it.
Very interesting stuff. And he goes for it, but he's missing quite a lot. 2 hits.
Taking it with the adept. 1 hit. 2 hits! Oh my god. And I was... Okay, so that
he gets
fencer...
it.
Yeah.
But he has to use the
gets
ghoul.
In the end. But he doesn't take the village, which is a big deal, actually.
That is a big deal, because, economically, that's 1 more turn. And by the way...
That's all the damn... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm sort of sad about these ghouls that they have to level up before they get their feeding ability, where they get hit points every time they kill something. I don't know. I like to see this happen.
Yeah, feeding is always nice, especially if you're playing single player in a really long campaign.
Right,
I
right.
remember I had a ghoul who had like 500 hit points once upon a time. It
Wow.
was pretty crazy just because I got so many kills with him, and
Uh-huh.
he also got Amla. So this is actually, I mean, Undead attacking with only one adept at night. I at this point I would be very relieved because that's all the damage he was able to get out of his power phase.
Uh-huh.
So at this point, it's second watch. I gotta move my units up. I can't
Sure.
just stay at home forever.
Right.
So I gotta shield them also. So we'll see how I do it.
Oh, you make an Iron Mauler, huh?
A heavy infantryman.
Heavy
This
infantry.
is,
Yeah, they level up
I mean,
into an
he's
Iron Mauler.
basically Iron Man though,
Yeah. Very
and he
slow
added, but
unit,
I
low
missed.
movement points, but
So actually, can you mouse over the traits on the heavy infantryman?
yeah, he's quick and fearless. That's actually really
Yeah,
good.
so actually that's like legendary trade combination for heavy infantrymen.
It is,
The
yeah.
reason why you don't recruit tons of heavy infantrymen is because it's so slow. So it's hard to catch the skeleton archers.
Right.
Even though if you, I mean, obviously if you can get the HI heavy infantryman to hit the archer,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's toast. But getting
Sure,
him to
sure.
actually make the hit is difficult. So that's why you would usually go with a lot of blade units
Right.
like cavalrymen or fencers to shield your mages.
Sure, but if you're quick, I mean, 5 movement is not half bad, and
Yeah,
I mean
that guy is really pretty quick, man.
that mace just does so much damage to skeletons, and on top of that, he can even do it at night now.
Yeah, he's fearless. So actually, at night, if I gave him leadership, he would hit like it's day. It's
Right?
insane, man. And
Yeah.
at daytime, he deals 16-2 to a skeleton archer. So that's like bam, bam.
Uh huh.
And that scaly archer is just it's history.
I see that. Well, let's see if he can make that happen, though. He's still a little bit away from the combat.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So at this point, and he chooses to stay, but
he
he
does.
didn't kill my cavalryman. Got a little bit unlucky there, and shooting with his archers, trying to kill my spearmen, but he didn't manage
Kind of
because he also got a
curious.
bit
Kind of
unlucky.
curious
Yeah.
that he didn't choose to swing with the ghoul. I guess he wanted to protect the
Oh, the ghoul
village.
could not reach actually.
Oh, right. Ghoul movement
Yeah.
points are actually kind of bad. Only 5, so... Alright.
Yeah.
So what do
So
you
okay,
do?
it's already dawn, and I mean it's my time to hit.
Ha!
One hit,
Big
two
leadership.
hits,
Big leadership
so much
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
This guy is the original H.I. Joe, man.
Yeah.
And even going with my mage, getting the kill,
You do.
and now Fencer just hit him from behind. And
A
okay,
little
it
bit
didn't
less
it
lucky
didn't
versus
hit.
this arrow guy.
Yeah. I wanted to actually first weaken the skeleton,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't get I had to use a lot of units to do that.
You did, yeah.
So my mage took a significant retail. I wasn't able to shield my other units.
I see that, yeah. But I mean, all in
And
all, it
now,
ended pretty
okay.
well for you. I mean, you've cleared out everything except for this ghoul on this side.
Yeah, a lot of those skeleton archers are just dead now, and I have units, and my time of day is coming. So why I kept the spearman there is because if I don't shield with a spearman, my leader is like 31 hit points or something now. I think you can
Mm,
see when you mouse over him
yep.
because he got punched by the skelly
Sure,
archer.
sure. So in theory, I mean, well, he can't quite reach you, but if you
Well,
had,
if I didn't shield my
yeah,
leader,
if you
he
had
would have been
improperly
able to
zocked,
reach.
right?
And then imagine he gets 2 out of 2 with the adepts. My leader is basically dead at that point
Mm-hmm.
because he only needs 2 shots with a skelly archer. So my spearman, he has to cover for my leader. He will die in the attempt, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
okay,
you cannot lose. You cannot end the game immediately. So that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Seems well played. Alright, as you
Hitting my
said,
mage,
he goes for
3
the
out of
mage.
3.
Fascinating. Oh, and
And now she gets shot.
he takes out units with experience, which is big.
Yeah, that's good play by him. At this point, though, I mean, all his units will die and give me more experience, so it's
Yeah.
looking bleak for Undead. Also, my spearman on the other side has gone forward.
Mm-hmm.
He is threatening to hit the adept. And
Sure.
okay.
So you're going for the kill. It's not quite
I
working
tried
out.
to level this guy, but he missed. He was blind.
Right. Well,
Hitting the
you
adept.
slaughter the adept with leadership cavalry.
Yeah, 10-3 a day. And this Iron Man, he's doing
Is
so much work.
outrageous.
Another kill. 2 out of 2.
All right, so
And
you
that
just end up
spearman who has
using...
gone forward, he pokes the adept.
Yeah, you end up using the spearman to just get some damage. Pretty big damage, in fact, on this adept.
Yeah, spearmen are really good adept killers, actually.
This is looking fairly ugly for Carnitine here. I'm also interested in this mage who is finally about to level up. Will he succeed?
Three more XP.
Yeah.
And the other mage is also experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I have actually just so many experienced units at this point. So
Yeah. Yeah, but no
I mean,
level 2s this whole game yet. I don't think I've seen anything level up at all, so...
Not yet, no.
On either side.
Yeah.
Clearly
So
Carnitine's
that
problem...
adept has been wounded, and he misses both shots. Unlucky.
Oh, he kills the cavalryman, though.
Yeah.
Clearly Carnitine's problem is that he hasn't... he just didn't go for the zombie apocalypse plan yet.
Well, zombies, they die pretty easily to spearmen.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I know it's not so good in this matchup, but it just worked so well last time.
Yeah, actually, I mean, even having one zombie, though, I mean, because, like, okay, zombie is fearless, and imagine you would get to hit a mage a day with a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent mage hitter.
You know what's interesting is this cavalryman is poisoned, and he's poisoned, he's dying, but like he could very well get the kill on this adept, you know, and then he just gets...
on either unit, really.
Sure. Yeah, and so like if he does that, he's unpoisoned, he's leveled up, he's fully healed. Seems kind of risky to risky for Carnitine, you know.
Yeah. At that point, I was just
And
hitting
you go for it.
ghoul. Yeah. Okay, I got the kill with my calf.
Wow.
And he's a level 2 now. He has a crossbow. He makes a lot of damage, and he is faster also.
That's interesting that you went for the kill with the fencer instead of the experienced mage.
Yeah, actually, I was just scared that the mage would... the same thing would happen as earlier, that the mage would miss and I would, take full damage.
What about just swinging with the staff, you know, as a Hail Mary? I guess it makes more sense to
heal her.
Get him healed, yeah.
Yeah. Because at this point, I have experience anyway. I mean, I'm not in a rush. I just want to keep my units healthy for the night,
Sure.
and then have a good time the next day.
Oh hey, Cacfiend is here. The reason Wesnoth competitive scene has decayed is because the game is ancient and doesn't bring in / keep multiplayer players. He's the latter guy, right?
Yeah, he is. But this game does not feature Cacfiend, so we won't be talking about him.
All right, fair enough. He's in the peanut gallery though.
Yeah. A lot of observers had came out to see this game actually, so I was pretty stoked. And now he's making a last-ditch push on the left side, whether he can do something or not. It's still got one adept. That adept, he could maybe make 2 out of 2 the next turn.
That's true.
And maybe the other adept would come and he would be able to make something happen.
I don't know though.
He's units there. I gotta take them quick.
He's rolling in though. His whole army is completely lacking in experience, and yours is not. And you have I wouldn't say that you have the economic
way more units.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that you have the economic advantage, but you know it's economically even. So I don't know. It seems like you have a pretty clear heads up on this guy. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's his last chance. You gotta try to get hits. So that cavalryman, he leveled, he's full HP, and now he can go on the village for 1 turn. So yeah, and even here I'm recruiting a horseman. Now that horseman, he does a charge attack, so
double damage.
He does double damage against an adept who does no retail.
Sure.
He can even one-shot the adept at night.
Yep, it's pretty nice. This is interesting here with this cavalryman. I think you had a little bit of bad luck, and the walking corpse actually got pretty good damage against you. I could see attacking though, because you could have killed it actually.
Yeah, potentially. It was like a 21% chance to kill the walking corpse. Not big,
not super likely, but it could have happened.
It's a free shot. I mean, he has no units on the side, so I might as well hit it, see if it kills it, and then go home, heal up.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
So okay, now we see if he hits miss, and Okay, 2 hits, and the cavalryman is shooting the
Yeah.
skeletons.
He's getting
But okay,
damage, but it's not enough to take out a level
it's
2
not enough.
cavalryman.
Yeah. I mean, also you gotta consider that cavalryman has 5. It's pierce resistant, the skeletons, but he does 5 damage in retail. That adds up actually. If you consider
Yeah.
also the skeletons, they only have 31 max hit points.
Not a
So
lot.
any damage you get on a skeleton, that sticks
It adds
actually.
up. It adds up fast. I could see that, and that's one of the big things about this unit is like suddenly it can retell. You know, so
Definitely, yeah.
you cannot just get free damage against it anymore.
Yeah. So now I see the corpse. I'm hitting it with my spearman from the village.
You're
Got
really
a
trying to
little bit
keep that
lucky there.
dragoon safe.
Yeah, it's such a good unit, man. And so, okay, I put my fencers forward.
Yeah.
So with my fencers, what I want to do is just prevent him from taking the 60% on the mushrooms, because skeletons enjoy 60% defense on the mushrooms,
Do
so they're
they?
pretty good there. Yeah.
Huh.
And so they're okay. I'm saying if you want to fight me with maybe kill my fencer or even 2 fencers,
Mm-hmm.
then I would have a big fight the next time
Sure.
of day.
Sure.
Even if it's second watch, I have a horseman. I have
Mm-hmm.
many units. I can have experienced units also. So there would be a real danger that I
Sure.
would level
Sure.
units.
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
indeed. Yes, there is. I guess you can see the horseman, can't you? Yeah, you can. Very
yeah,
interesting.
he
Yeah.
can see.
Honestly, you could even use the horseman against like a skeleton archer. I think you may have mentioned that.
Definitely, it would still do like 6-2 at night or something
Mm-hmm.
like that,
And
I
the double
think.
damage
So
retail doesn't matter much with a fist, you know.
yeah, it doesn't matter that much.
All right, so you are in
So
fact
2
getting
out of 2, he needed it,
punished
and he
hard.
used the adept on my other fencer, and we'll see. Okay, my
Gets
fencer
both
got hit
kills.
2 times, 3 hits. That fencer. Oh man, that fencer just got hit like he was in the water or something.
Uh-huh.
So okay, he made 2 kills. That was what he could do. Now
This is what
I
he
need to,
needed.
yeah, it's what he needed. I need to make some kills too,
You do.
because he has 2 adepts. I can't let those guys live.
Well, you can definitely. I mean, you're gonna get a kill, I assume, with the horseman, right?
So poking on it with a spearman a little bit. I didn't get many hits, but okay, horseman kills it.
Yeah.
And just putting my spearman there to make sure he can't really
Uh-huh.
take the village and kill a unit. Even
Now,
running away with a cavalryman.
you know,
I mean the dragoon.
poking him with the spearman makes a lot of sense. If you hadn't done that, the adept would have lived. You know, because even if you hit twice with the horseman at night, that's only
Actually,
15.
that adept was quick intelligent, I
Oh,
think,
he wasn't
so I
resilient.
didn't need to.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Oh, well, in that
I
case,
mean,
maybe you should have swung with the
I
horseman
was
first.
actually thinking that I would just get the horseman to hit once and then finish it with some other unit.
I see, I
But
see.
okay, I mean, having the spear there is not bad also.
Sure.
I think it's probably a small move order mistake, though. It's good of you to
Maybe.
point it out.
Well, that's kind of the same thing as last game that I pointed out, where it's like it's best to do
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
that could kill the unit first and
I
then
didn't
move on.
believe in my own luck.
By the way, this is a very interesting thing he's doing. He swings with the adept, but then he just says, "Screw this! I'm taking your gold, dude." So now he's just here for the day. I don't know how that's going to work out for him with just your gigantic pile of units here. I mean, can't you just slaughter this archer with your mages? I mean, come on, and leadership.
Yeah, at this point it's pretty desperate already. Actually, even if he went on the flat ground to hit my spearman,
Hmm,
he would I mean he would be on flat ground 40%.
sure,
It would be skeletons would have died
it's
out in
questionable.
time.
I guess this
But
makes
he goes
sense.
to the village just so because he hopes that my mages will miss.
Uh huh.
Maybe the other units would also miss because it's 60%, and then he would stay in my villages.
That
But
would
at this
be a
point,
good
it's
outcome for
pretty
him.
desperate for our undead because he has overstayed. It's daytime and he needs to go to sleep.
Uh
But
huh. He has nowhere to go,
okay, yeah.
so he takes huge damage.
2 hits again on that adept. It's just getting slaughtered. And okay, coming back with my spearman, poking on that. I got a bit lucky here
Mm-hmm.
with that spearman. And okay, just hitting the units that have gone forward. That cavalryman finally makes his 3 out of 3. Very good for me. And
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Even taking my dragoon on the other side because I don't need him to clean up these skeletons.
Right. Well, this looks very bad for him. I mean, I don't see how he comes back from this. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I look at this board and it just feels like the game is almost over. But I guess, you know, his leader is still way back here. And he's still kind of got dudes trailing in. So I don't know, though. This is such a unified sort of front up here. I'm not feeling good
Yeah,
for
I've already
Carnitine.
gotten my power units out. I've gotten level 2. See how close that mage is to leveling. I think she only
Sure.
needs 2 XP.
2x,
1
1 XP.
XP.
She's
1 XP.
immortal. And then
Yeah.
and then this one over here is pretty close too. I can't see because of the bug. It's actually showing me the wrong mage.
I think
But
she needs 2 kills to level.
2 kills?
So,
It might
yeah,
just be 1. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see.
probably 2.
You're probably right.
So, okay, shooting my cav.
Makes
Nothing else
sense.
to do.
I mean, it's free.
Yeah.
Makes more archers, just making nothing but skeleton archers, which makes sense. Seems like the best thing here.
Yeah, it's a highly defensive play. I mean, at this
He
point.
needs to play
Yeah.
defensively at this point.
Okay, going with my spearman, getting a bit of hits.
Sure.
I really wanted to hit again with a spearman, but he didn't hit. So
Sure, you wanted the
I
leveled up
used my.
spearman.
Actually, I wanted to level up that the horseman.
Oh, really?
So that's why I moved my leader to get the leadership there.
I
because
see.
I needed the leadership to make the one-hit kill.
That makes sense. But this is daytime hours. You're just rolling in, slaughtering. Tons and tons of damage.
Then that dragoon is doing so much damage against the skeleton. I think he got 3 hits or something like that. Something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he takes the wounded skeleton archer back in the middle village.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's interesting what he did here, because if you look at the skeleton archer in the wounded one, he has it in that village. So imagine I would go forward and try to kill the skeleton archer, even if I kill it. And then it's already afternoon. So at that point, I would have my units zopped.
Yeah.
It would
so he's luring you. This is bait.
Yeah, it's a bait, actually, and I can't really take the bait.
Mhm.
However, he has left me the village, so I will gladly just settle for that village.
Well, he wants to take this dragoon out very badly, and I would too.
Definitely,
because that's just huge. But the bad news for him is like you're gonna have some level 2 units on this side too if you just advance with them, you know, and kill a couple things. So
yeah, that horseman is 1 kill away from leveling already.
Yeah, and this mage is just 1 attack away. I wouldn't be surprised if you just sort of willy-nilly send him forward, you know, through the middle even by himself.
Okay, putting my units in the villages so they can have a little rest.
You're making the defensive play, which I think is smart. Like, you've got the advantage, you're just holding it now.
And what I did with that cav on the side, I prevented the Zoc on my cavalry and my dragoon.
So he can't get trapped.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that dragoon has 50 hit points, so even if he gets full hits, 9 hits with 3 skeleton archers, he won't die. So it's free money.
Seems almost overpowered, just how defensive that unit is. So he goes for the cavalry instead.
Getting some hits, yeah. And you see, he doesn't even shoot the dragoon because at that point,
why would he?
I would take the dragoon back, heal him, and then he would have some damaged archers.
Sure, and you would just get healed, like you said. It's like kind of pointless almost unless you can kill it.
So, okay, I ran away with my calves. They're so fast. It's so good for moving around the map. And another Iron Man. That guy, well, I already knew this, but you can also tell from someone could tell from the size of his health bar that I got lucky again. So that guy is quick. But okay, let's see what Carnitine did.
Sure.
Healing the wounded archer, moving forward.
There's just a
He had
ton of
to.
chat happening. I can see why you had me change that to 1.
Yeah, actually, it was blocking my screen during the game, so I had to. I mean, I had to do it.
Yeah, I see. So,
Now Undead is moving forward.
I
He
mean,
has to.
this is an impressive number of archers, I have to say. I mean, I thought this game was basically over, but he could maybe make something happen here during the night.
Yeah, it's 8 archers, but you see how far back they are.
Yeah,
None of them are actually in range.
and you're just gonna
Actually,
back
only 2 of
off.
them are in range of hitting one of my villagers.
Yeah.
So actually, at this point, I don't even have to put a unit on the village.
Uh-huh.
I can just leave the village and he can't take.
Right, that's
So
true.
yeah, I mean, but he had okay. You gotta say he has to. I mean, he has to move forward. If he doesn't
Sure.
move forward, I would just camp in the castle in front
Yeah,
of
you'll
his
heal
village.
up all your injured
Yeah,
dudes and you know, you've got the upper hand here. So he's gotta make some big moves happen here.
healing my wounded cav.
Uh-huh.
And okay, I take a spear on that side just to hold the village.
Mm-hmm. You're
Another mage.
conveniently putting your mage out in front basically on the village.
Yeah, actually, that mage. I mean, I didn't want to level her on purpose because she is. It's hard to kill her without an
Sure.
adept,
Sure.
and I can use it to hit a skeleton archer at night, even if he has adepts around. And then the
Mm-hmm.
mage would level. I would get a white mage, and it would be free damage
Sure.
because she would get healed right back up.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I have a lot of experienced units here. We can see what he did. Move his archers forward, take a threatening position.
Uh-huh. Threatening, but not terribly threatening considering that the night is not going to last forever, you know.
Yeah, it's already first watch, and he's making only 1 hit on the other side.
So you just, in the middle of
So
the night, you just go for it, which makes sense, you know.
yeah, at this point, I'm not scared of him. I'm saying, I have my mage. I can kill your archers even at night,
Yeah.
also at day. So I'm just going
Wow.
for it. And that heavy infantryman,
He's
he's making a
immortal.
lot of damage.
Well, he's got one
Yeah.
more experience to level up.
Putting my units around the mage just so she can heal them.
Uh-huh.
And the other guy's quick, so yeah, it's pretty good. Poking the skeleton archer on the left, yeah. That'd be bad at damage, even if it's at night. From 3 units hitting it, it adds up.
Uh-huh.
So it's his last chance. Actually, I don't even know if, but okay, he might get some luck.
I mean, he'd have
Shooting
to
my mage.
he'd have to get an amazing amount of luck, I think, to turn this into anything. I feel like this is just over. I mean, he can kill this mage.
Yeah.
Well, he could have killed
But
that mage.
he can't, yeah.
Not now, but he could have.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, you know. You've just got too much stuff. Too much material.
Yeah, and these heavy infantrymen, they were born for this, to hit skeleton archers.
Right,
I mean,
and
that's a lot of damage.
yeah, and they're within range to do it. And also this amazing holy
13
mage.
damage
Yeah.
at dawn. That's a lot of damage, man.
Yeah.
Now I try with a heavy infantryman, but I don't get it.
He whiffs.
Now the other one, I
Levels
use it.
up.
I just level him up, get some damage, and
You've
start hitting
so
already.
many level 2s though, man.
Yeah.
You're probably going to use the mage to kill this, I assume. Oh, maybe not. No,
Nope,
you
I
want to
use
level up the horseman.
Because now I get this lancer. Now
Yeah.
it's a different unit from what you would usually want to level if a campaign.
Yeah, wouldn't you get the
But-
knight? Because you want the paladin
Yeah.
later?
Yeah. Or the paladin or the grand knight, depending on your preferences. But this lancer is actually really good in a multiplayer scenario because you can even charge skeleton archers with him. He just deals huge damage.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you mouse over the lancer?
Sure. Well, we're in, what is this, Dawn, so no lawful
Yeah.
bonus, but still 13x3 doubled.
13-3.
You know, that's
Yeah,
insane.
so if you charge at dawn, that's already 26 damage. If you
26.
charge at day, let me tell you, okay, he can
Oh, yeah.
one shot almost every adept
Uh-huh.
with just one of those 3 charges. It's
Wow.
insane. Even on a skeleton archer, he would deal 13-3 at day.
That's really
So,
good.
I mean, he can even, if he gets all the attacks in, that's killing an archer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, I don't understand why he hasn't GG'd yet, honestly. There's no way to turn this around.
Yeah, it's looking terrible for Undead right now. He's just getting some shots when he can, but the time for taking shots is long over.
Right. I mean, but he has no other choice, as you said. I mean, how's he going to play defensively versus all this? I guess he could, and maybe try to make you enjoy the upkeep from the level 2s, but I don't know.
Yeah. So he shot my heavy infantrymen, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. And we'll just get to see all these skeleton archers being broken.
Sure.
Getting the XP in my spearmen. And okay, I got a little bit unlucky with my lancer, but still 1 hit. And that's quite a lot of damage.
Even that mage is about to level up.
Yep.
This has got to be GG. I don't understand. Are we just doing a victory lap? 17.
Well, at this point, I just got to finish his units, and it is pretty much over, though. Yeah. 17. I mean, that's just
27.
We're just showcasing how effectively loyalist units can take out Undead at this point, especially level 2.
I mean, 27 damage in 1 hit seems sort of insane to me, but it makes sense.
17.
Oh, it did 17, not 27?
Yeah.
I must have misread that.
But okay, I mean, the Lancer, he's there to deal 32 damage to the Adept.
No, it was 27. I'm talking about the Shock Trooper.
Oh, yeah, this. Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. The level 2 heavy infantryman, that's 27 damage.
Yeah, you thought I was talking about the White Mage. Yeah, he did 17.
My bad.
But no, he definitely hit for 27 with the flail. Just smashing that guy.
Like 1 hit, and that's like, bam, dead. Even just poking on the archer.
I think he just GG'd. Hardwood takes control of side 2, which is to be expected. It was over a few turns ago. Really, really interesting stuff, you know. I would say that I would come away from this game just as a casual player thinking that Loyalists are way better than Undead, which I know is not necessarily a good assumption to make, but I mean, just wow, that is tons of
definitely,
damage.
You gotta say in this matchup, Loyalists against Undead, if you overstay, we just saw what happens.
Sure, you get punished.
All your units killed, even if you get a little bit of luck.
For sure.
All that mage damage. But okay, the lieutenant also played a big role in this game.
Oh, of course, I think so too.
I mean, he let my mages deal so much damage, especially at night and especially at dawn. So, I mean, that's a big deal. But also, against Undead, I want to highlight the importance of leveling units. I really think that leveling units against a chaotic faction is the way to go, because he would rush you, and okay, he might take your villages, he might kill your units, but when you clean up his units, because if he overstayed, then you can get the experience into your units, get those level 2s to stop future rushes, make sure it doesn't happen again. That's really important, because that experience in just having a level 2 unit, I mean, it's just so good. We saw
it is, yeah. No, I definitely agree. Hey, Carnels, welcome to the stream. You're kind of catching the end of it here. We're actually about to turn this off, but yeah, we had a couple of pretty fun games of Wesnoth. I enjoyed the stream today. I think we've officially covered all the factions, right?
Yeah, we definitely have, and yeah, it was really fun to do this.
Cool. Well, thank you, Hardwood. Thank you to all the viewers for showing up to the stream. And thanks to l-carnitine, yourself, and our other players from the game before that, which was, who was that? Caritas and Maki. Yep. A lot of really...
also thanks to all the viewers.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. But until next time, we are signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.